We're closing in on kickoff between Norway and Australia, about 26 minutes away. Sam Kerr, one of the stars of the tournament, on the field and in the post-game interview area.
Sam, an amazing reaction from a team under a lot of pressure. You must be immensely proud as captain.
Oh, I'm so proud of the girls. We knew we were in it at halftime, and you know there was a lot of critics talking about us, but we're back, so suck on that one.
Kerr showing in many ways this summer why many consider her the best player on the planet right now. But the 25-year-old's path to success has been an unusual one because unlike most players in this tournament, soccer wasn't her first love growing up.
Sam Kerr!
She shoots! It's one of her best goals ever!
Oh, she's done it again! Kerr, she's a superstar!
When I was a kid growing up playing AFL full footy, it took 3 years for the boys to figure out I was actually a girl. And I remember one of the boys, when he finally found out, he started crying. Can't remember anything other than AFL when I was a kid because I always had a footy in my hand, always at my games or at Daniel's games or at the footy club. Mum and Dad are life members. Yeah, I loved it. They were some of my best memories. I used to live at the footy club, just playing all the time, and then it just got way too rough, way too quickly. The boys were now too big, too strong, and I was just getting battered around. I guess it just sucked that there was no opportunity for me as a girl, and as a kid that's hard to comprehend. And yeah, I think it was just more frustrating being pulled out of the sport I loved, really. I know when you go to a clinic, they're like, how many juggles can you do? I'm like, none. She's got better dribbling skills than me. Look at her. She's a soccer dog. Yeah, once soccer started up, I was like, don't know if this is for me. Going from being one of the better players in the AFL to being in a soccer team, I was woeful. I scored 1 goal that year, though. Our team was so bad. I wish that I made it my goal and my dream earlier because it took me till I was about 18 to really take myself and my sport seriously. I debuted for the national team at 15. None of my family came to my first game for the Matildas. I told them not to come. I had to have a huge wake-up call to realise that this is what I wanted to do for my career. I knew straight away that it was a serious injury. The hardest part about being injured is the mental side of things. It's probably like the lowest point I've ever been in my life and career. So I told my mum I've just got to get out of here, and all I wanted to do was just be with you.
How's a tough time? Because you had doctors saying, like, your career's over, like, and for an athlete to hear that would be, like, devastating.
Remember when I was in that shopping centre and I had that breakdown? And you were like, you need to pull it together.
You were, like, crying at the dip.
You were like, I don't know what dip I want. Yeah, she helped me a lot through my injury. That's maybe why I feel so deeply connected to her, because that was probably the worst time in my career, and at the same time I had one of the most exciting things building in my life. So it's just been really, I guess, nice to have someone in your life that challenges you to be the best you, and I think that's been a really big part of the change in my career is her being herself. She's just a safe place for me. The last 3 or 4 years, I've just completely been my stubborn self, and it's allowed me to be the best person I am. And I think as an athlete, it's kind of that never-ending thing. You always want more, you always want to be better. I know how lucky I am to be a professional athlete. I want to win a World Cup, I want to win an Olympic medal, but I just want to keep enjoying myself. Can't see myself anywhere else.
What happens if you kick the winning goal in the World Cup?
Backflip.
And our thanks to our friends at Nike for that feature. Sam's fame continuing to grow in her country. She posted this picture on her Instagram. It's a billboard, which is currently up in Melbourne. And again, Australia, one of the leading candidates to host the 2023 Women's World Cup. Just how big is she in your home country?
She's massive. There's no bigger female sporting star than Sam Kerr at the moment. And the Matildas as a brand and a product and an Australian icon. We've gone from being this unknown quantity as a national team to being the darlings of our nation. And you can see why. And Sam Kerr kind of emanates that. She's the bubbly, exuberant, flamboyant character that you see on the field. And she leads by example. She's matured so much. You saw in that feature talking about dark days through her injury. I remember when she was a cheeky little kid, and fortunate or unfortunate, we both did our ACL at the same time, and I did mine 3 months prior to Sammy doing hers, and then we spent a long time in Perth together recovering and going through rehab, and that's when I saw a massive shift in Sam Kerr, realising that this is a serious injury, and if I don't do my rehab properly and get my act together, this could be the end of my career. So it's so pleasing to see where she's come from. Massive potential, but it's great to see her fulfilling that.
February, she was named captain. How have you seen her leadership grow?
Look, I think you just see the same Sam Kerr, and it was a great decision by Ante to put her in that position as a leader. I think the players have responded, and that's been the most pleasing thing, because it can be quite daunting. She's a young superstar, and to have that and then to be able to lead your country. But if you're standing in a tunnel and you've got Sam Kerr standing there next to you, are you in awe of her, or the fact that you actually have to go out and play against her now? So it sends a formidable standard for a formidable player, and that she's got the support of such an engaged group is fantastic.
Yeah. She's won over a lot of neutral sporting fans, maybe fans that don't like soccer or women's soccer. They have seen her play. They have lit me up with how impressed they are with what she does on the field. And that takes us to Player Spotlight, powered by IBM Watson. And Kerr has scored 5 of Australia's 8 goals this summer. And not surprisingly, she leads the Matildas in shot involvement. She's either taken herself or played a part in the move that led to 64% of Australia's shot attempts this tournament.